Okay, everyone, welcome to Friday. Hang on a second. Cut this music off. Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Live from the great state of Ohio. That is right. We are down in Ohio. However, I am in my room. There was a couple issues, not really issues, I guess. We just had some complications with getting things set up in the lobby. So it was just easier to just come up here to my room, do the live stream from here, and yeah, that's what's happening. But we are in Ohio. We are here we're all set up, well, for the most part. We are ready for the open house at tomorrow at Ohio Woodburners new woodyard. So, welcome everyone. If you are new here, let's kick off the live stream like we always do by putting this week and the last few days especially behind us and raising up those glasses and giving a big Team Woodhound drink. So cheers. Glad you're all here. Yeah, it has been a wild few days. I have been. I didn't upload anything yesterday. We were traveling down here. Yesterday we were actually setting stuff up. So I haven't been in tune with a lot of stuff going on and whatever. I've been getting some strange messages, and I'm not sure we're going to get into any of that tonight. I think we should focus on tomorrow in the open house for Ohio Woodburner, because there was a lot going on. There was, and we got, speaking of stuff going on, we have the first coin in the cup. So if you also are new here, when the coin falls in the cup over there, we raise up our cups. And tonight we're going to say thanks to Circle B MN. This one is for Joe. Cheers. Thank you very much. Yes, it is. Joe is, I'm not sure. He said he might dial in tonight. I know he's had a long week. Like I said, yesterday we were busy. I'll get into the whole story, the road trip down. Today was the weather, of course, Ohio. We come down here. The rain was out. It was raining and blowing, and it was crazy. But anyway, Mountaintop Outdoors. How are you doing? Old guy Firewood. I'm just going to scroll through a few comments here and just say hello to some of you fine folks tuning in here on a Friday night. Patty, how are you doing? Frickin' Jeep is here. Who was it that was in the somebody in the pre-game chat? Is it Allen Family Firewood? Was it you that said you were here for the first time? If it was you, good evening. Glad you could tune in. Hope you enjoy hanging out with us Woodhounds here on a Friday night. Jimbo 505, how are you doing, my friend? Larry, outdoors in 608, around the yard, and Timon, of course, Timon. Did you feel the disturbance in the force? What was it? Wednesday? No, Thursday. Thursday. Did you feel that slight disturbance in the force when I entered the great state of Ohio? When I crossed the border, came into the land of the Buckeyes? Did you feel that? Stan Nelson. Oh, are you leaving already, Stan Nelson? Come on. Although I will say, I might have a hard time staying awake for another hour or so because I am tired. I am beat. I had today for, when was it? Probably about a good hour maybe. I had one of the toughest jobs I've ever been asked to do. Bob and Ken, the Metza crew, Metza Machines, the Yappa crews down here, they were making some adjustments, doing some stuff to the Yappa, and the rain was coming down. We had a little 10 by 10 pop up shelter over the Yappa, and the wind was blowing so hard that the shelter kept blowing. So my job was to hold the shelter. That's what I had to do, and it was not fun because it was, like I said, it was raining and blowing and just a crappy day. Slick Willie, good evening. What else? Yeah, so there was hey, Ralph Kanagi, how are you doing? Bill Irwin. So yeah, there was a lot going on. Yesterday we did a lot of the moving, the big heavy lifting we got done yesterday, thankfully, because like I said, the weather yesterday was beautiful. The weather today was terrible. So, and we had a lot of well, like I said, I'll get into that, what all was going on. We had to change all of our plans around. It was just, one of those situations where you think everything's going to go one way and it just ends up going completely different. Tony over on Facebook, Tony Lloyd, how are you doing? And there is Mr. TOA, Todd's outside again. Sean Watford, good evening. Richie's Outdoors. Yeah, this is this time zone change though, man. I can see why you old guys out here on the East Coast get tired for when I'm doing these live streams. Now I'm way behind on. Calvin, how are you doing? Log Cabin, Firewood, Mountaintop. What was your good evening answer? I saw you put something in there about separating the men from the boys. Oh, Andrew, good evening. Mr. Easton, how are you doing? Larry Cluck, are you in here? I think you are. I think your snow pile finally vanished. I saw. Bob, Bob Nelson's probably trying to get some sleep. I'll tell you, man, that guy was working his butt off yesterday and today. It was crazy. He was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. He actually was moving using the Bobcat from Lepo Rents. Marty at Lepo Rents hooked us up. Came through yesterday. We were scrambling. We didn't know if we were going to have a machine to move the machines. And then we called Adam and we worked out a plan with a pivot table because, Adam likes to throw in those spreadsheets. He put everything in a spreadsheet, calculated it out, ran the numbers, did the pivot. We changed plans. Everything worked out great. But for a while there, it was looking a little, we were a little concerned. Log Hauler Jesse. Log Hauler Jesse was there yesterday, today. He's been moving logs, bringing logs in, dumping logs off, coming back, picking them up, moving. I mean, everyone's just been. It's been a lot that's gone into this open house. And I don't know if you saw the community post that I put out today, but Joe and a couple other of us were on the news last night. The news station came out yesterday. So yeah, there's been a lot of buzz building up. Kent from Colorado, how are you doing? Hey, we just had a coin fall in the cup, and I believe it was Michael D. And Michael D likes to see the ladies, so we're going to bring them out. Happy Friday. I wish I could be there. Michael, my friend, I wish you could as well, but thank you very much for the coin in the cup. Cheers. There was a few people who already stopped out. We were finishing up some stuff today, and a few people they're coming into town. I don't know how many. I know Obi. I don't know if Obi's in here or not. Obi's in town. York Firewood's in town. Saw him quick just as we were leaving the new woodyard today. Right as we were leaving, he kind of just stopped by to see how things were going. So I briefly got to chat with him, but I'm looking forward to chatting with him and everybody else tomorrow. So like I said, I don't know if who all's in here. If you're in here, if you're in the chat right now, and you plan on being at the open house tomorrow, why don't you put a thumbs up in the chat? Let's see who. This will help me start to try to remember people's names, because I'm bad at that. So if you're going to be there tomorrow, hey, here we go. I know that these two are going to be there, and I am looking forward to once again chatting with Larry and Robin. They are in the mosquito campground. Oh, geez. Well, good thing it's cold out. Hopefully the mosquitoes aren't out. But we'll be seeing you tomorrow. Larry and Robin, have a good evening. Hopefully everything is, the campground is decent. Mosquito campground. I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever camp at that place. I do not like mosquitoes. But like I said, it's pretty. I think it's cooling off down here, below normal temperatures. So it might be a little chilly tomorrow. Might want to throw on that hoodie. Might want to bring. There's supposed to be scattered showers in the morning. I don't know. It was channel 21, I believe. I don't know what the letters are, but channel 21. If you go to on my page, the community page, whatever, there's a post. Otherwise, if you just look around Facebook, if you're on Facebook, if you go to Joe's page or but it was I did not bring the 500i, Richie. There he is. There is Mr. Hometown Acres. Like I said, Adam, we were planning things out. We had to change course, and he threw that pivot table at us from the spreadsheet that he was running numbers on, and the plan worked out perfectly. So tomorrow, Adam, I'm going to have to thank you once again. WFMJ is 21 News. There you go. But there is a link somewhere. WD30. How are you, my friend? So the funny thing is that, so I climbed up on the log pile to get a shot of the disc cleaner being unloaded from the trailer, and so the loader that was at the wood yard, the forks weren't long enough to reach all the way through the pallet, the fork slots of the disc cleaner. So they had to make some adjustments, and they had to like re-strap everything down and chain it up somehow. And so while they were doing that, I'm up on top of this log pile, and then I looked over, and in the one corner, Joe was kind of like talking to the news reporter. So I started like playing the air guitar up there, and I was like, thinking that I could like photobomb his interview. Well, he ended up, I don't know, the reporter must have said something, or he turned around and saw me, and he's like, telling me to knock it off or whatever. So then later on, I was getting ready to film the loader being unloaded, and they panned up and took a shot of me on top of the log pile, and that was their closing shot of the story. So if you watch the story at the very end, you'll see me on top of the log pile, which is, like I told them, it was only probably fitting that they ended the segment on a high note. Both, me up high on the pile and, me. But it's been a good time traveling down here with Bob and Ken from Mets and Machines. It's just been a freaking blast. It's been good. So yeah, I was seeing all the thumbs up. It looks like it's going to be a good time tomorrow. um, yeah, this is an interesting. There's these little the meet and greets. The thing that's challenging with it is always finding a spot to do it. And in this case, like Joe has his own wood yard to do it in. And like Brad had his own property to do it on. But if you were trying to find a venue, um, that makes it a little more difficult. Donald, good evening. One Eye Customs is here. I think Doug is going to be there tomorrow as well. Sitting here with Dude Ranch and Hometown Acres, prepping for tomorrow. Well, you better get to bed and you better eat your Wheaties in the morning, because we're going to have some stuff for you to do. Don't think you're just coming down here and enjoying yourselves. You're going to be put to work. There's a whole pile of logs, and there's a whole pile of... Actually, log hauler Jesse has his truck loaded up with the big stuff that doesn't fit through the yappa that we need to get bucked up, split up, and stacked. So get ready. Get ready, my friends. But and the other whole thing is just getting together and, having a good time, hanging out with each other, all that fun stuff. Shibe, how you doing, my friend? He's got the link posted right there. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, they did a great job covering both, like Joe's whole moving to the new wood yard and the whole open house thing. It's good. It was a good little bit. But it was Tim. Hey, Mystery Gardener. Good evening. Ken from Central California. So here's the big X factor is at the woodyard. The cell phone service is a little sketchy. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any live streams. I'm sure some people, I think Joe is going to try to do it, but I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So be prepared. Keep a watch out for the notifications from Joe's channel. But, like I said, it might end up dropping or not being able to connect and stream. Because it could have been today with the rain and the clouds. That could be the reason why. But it was just, it was like every now and then I'd have one or two bars, and then it would switch from 5G to LTE, and it was not reliable. But if you are at the show, well, if you're at the open house, I'm sure there will be plenty of us doing doing some videoing and getting some capturing the moments. York Firewood, there he is. He's tuning in. I mentioned earlier it was great meeting you quick on the fly, on the drive-by, actually. We met on the drive-by. But tomorrow, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Well, I've got some clips. I've got some footage from yesterday when we were moving, and then I plan to put that together with some clips from tomorrow, and hopefully have it out Sunday. So you should see something Sunday morning. Whether it's just, I think it'll mostly be, well, I don't know. So those of you that are familiar with Joe's old wood yard, you know the timber road that he put in. Half of it was virtually floating on water, and it was there was some interesting moments moving the 405 from the back to the front on this skid steer. Uh, it's been we were sitting. I mean, I was watching. Bob was driving the skid steer and just crawling along, and all of a sudden he'd hit one of those timbers that would sink down into the water, and the whole yappa would like tip forward, and it was, whoo! I could not have done it. I'd have been like, nope, I am not driving this. William Klein, who's making William Klein? How are you doing? Who's making this? Who's making the trip tomorrow? WD-30. Stanley Keith, how are you doing? I saw you said something about you are now a New York Jets fan. Or what was that? Yeah, I was thinking. Who else was it? Who else was I gonna? Somebody else is probably now a Jets fan. Richard Healy. Is Richard Healy in here? I don't know if I saw him yet. Kenneth. Here in Ohio today, it rained pretty much all day. And it's supposed to rain, I think, tonight now and a little bit tomorrow. And back home in Wisconsin, there's rain, but also all the melt that's just been like the Mississippi's flooded, the Chippewa River's flooded, everything's flooded. What equipment did I bring? Did I bring down? I didn't bring any equipment. All the equipment was down here, and like I don't know if you've watched Bob's. Bob drove the skid steer that, if you've watched Joe's channel, Marty from Lepo Rents, he brought that over on Thursday yesterday. We moved the Yappa 405 processor, the live deck, and the tumbler, the cleaner, the disc, or yeah, disc cleaner, tumbler, whatever. So we moved all that stuff yesterday. And then today we had a bunch of the tractor, the attachments, the totes. So it was just a lot of, you know how it is. I mean, even like whenever you move anything, whether it be like from an apartment or you just like move a storage unit, there's always more, way more stuff than you originally thought. But it all worked out good. It all worked out. Surprisingly. Because, like I said, we weren't sure what the plan even. We weren't even sure what was going to be happening. But when Thursday we looked at the forecast, we were coming into town and it was like all afternoon, clear skies, sunny, and we're like, all right, we need to get as much done as we can because the forecast then for Friday for today was rain all day. Uh, the James, how you doing? Room for everyone at the Bunyan. Yeah, well, so the Bunyan has got a pretty good area set up at the Fairfield. And the hotel here, so this evening there was some stuff going on in the lobby. And then I talked to the person that was on working the desk last night. And they said, yeah, no problem, it's fine. And then tonight there was a different person down there. And they were kind of like, but the internet, the Wi-Fi connection is actually better in my room than it is down there. So it was just, it was just easier to do this. Frickin' Jeep. Yep. She has been doing great. She has been filling it up, keeping the fire burning. I don't even know what the temperature is back in Wisconsin. But it's you don't have to stoke it too full to get through the night. But yeah, morning and night. I always I'll text her and ask her, and then she'll like. I didn't text her this evening, but she sent me a picture that she loaded it all up. So everything was good to go. Oh, hey, Marlon. Hang on here. Marlon, see you tomorrow at Joe's. All right. I am looking forward to that. Thank you very much. Cheers. Everybody, raise up your cups. Yeah, it'll be good to see a lot of you once again tomorrow. And I believe everything starts at 10. Is it 10? 10 to 3? Yes, I believe it's 10. I have a feeling some of you will be there early, though. Ben, upstate New York, how you doing? So if you are there early, I think he's going to have the gates. His gates will, if the gates are shut, just hang out like in the parking lot. Like, don't open the gates and come in, because I think he wants to kind of do like a ceremonial opening of the gates, cutting the ribbon type of thing. So if you get there early, if you get there before 10 and the gates aren't open, just hang out in the parking lot and wait. Because I think he's got something kind of planned. And plus, if he's like still setting stuff up, or if we're in there getting everything, put in its final place. So, not that I want to be like, don't do this, don't come in through the gates. But it'll just be easier if we're still setting stuff up to just wait, and we'll come and open the gates and then kind of have a little the grand opening of the open house. WD30. Shout out to Outside with Shy for being such an amazing person, always promoting and helping others start their dreams. Thanks for being one of the greats, Mr. Shy. That is 1000% true, my friend. So yes, WD30, cheers to you and Mr. Shibe. And I may have missed some questions, but I have to I have to also jump down here because Mr. Brad fired at the furnace. Good evening. Cheers. Good to see you. I know. I think you're. I think you might be busy. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make it out tomorrow. Ben, shout out to Shotgun and Wildflower. Support small business. Absolutely. Shotgun and Wildflower. There you go. Did I miss another question? I'm a little behind now. Sorry. Dirt Road Landing has landed on the live stream. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you. Mystery Gardener, I wish you were here as well. It would be great. It would be my pleasure to meet you, my friend. Someday. I've been wanting to get over to that side of the pond. John Edwards, what are you doing for a bucking table now? I am still using that little, well, I cut those logs up on the pile last week, and I've still got my little platform on the side of the splitting shelter that I'm going to use, but I got to pick up all those rounds, and so I'm still going to be using the one that I kind of redneck engineered and put together last year. How many chords will you guys be doing? Well, I am not sure. If I don't know how many chords there is of the big stuff, the big stuff that Log Hauler Jesse has sitting on his truck. There's a lot there. And the other thing is, a lot of people, it's a get together, it's an open house. It's not like it's required that you work and do something, bucking, splitting, stacking while you're there. So I don't think Joe's expectations are to get 2 chords, 3 chords, 4 chords split and stacked. I think whatever happens. And so we don't have any goals set yet. But who knows? Maybe we'll see what, maybe we'll have I wonder, is there a Guinness Book of Records for the fastest cord of wood stacked, or maybe we should look into that. Fastest face cord, although we probably can't use face cord because that term is, we'd probably have to stack a full cord. The fastest stacking of a full cord of firewood. Somebody should look that up and see if there's a record. If there's not, then maybe tomorrow we can set it. Or we could do something like form a what do they call the line where you pass the piece of wood to the next person? You take a piece here and you pass it, take a piece, pass it. Like the fireman, I think the fireman line or something. Anyway, we could make a line and see if we could have a total of however many people there are, that many pieces of firewood in this line being stacked. What is this? WD-30? A cord stacked in 7 minutes. A full cord or A face cord. Yes, indeed. The Firewood Olympics. That is. um. Oh. Oh. What is this? Is this a challenge being laid down? Is this issuing a little friendly competition? Ah. We don't. Do we have? Does anyone have verified, timed stacking, or is that just like, oh, we stacked all this wood? It was maybe 7 minutes. See, we need to have like, you need to have an official, documented time stamp of starting, stopping. It was what? You stacked a full trailer in 7 minutes. Are you serious? That if you did, I know that. I can't remember. I didn't think you ever said the time though. Yeah, but that's true. But see, if you get too many people, you almost get in the way. That's why I think you'd be better off with that. What was that? The bucket brigade? I think you'd be better off with a line instead of people trying to get into the trailer because you have to like run a rotation. You know, you have to like two people grab a piece, leave, and the next two, and if you start bumping into each other, I don't know. We'll have to see. We might not even. The time. Oh, okay. The time was unofficially 7 minutes. Unofficially. So maybe we'll see if we can do that. We'll see if we can maybe do that tomorrow. I don't know. We might. I might be trying to organize something that Joe doesn't want. So. Oh, well, hang on. You know what? We might. We actually might be able to um, ask this right now. Hang on. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by. Bark up. Yes, we definitely would need to clarify. Bark up, bark down. How was that wood stacked? Um, if if you were if we could get Joe on here, maybe we can ask him what he's got planned. How many chords he wants to get stacked. We'll see. I think he might dial in. I don't know though. He had a long day. So we'll see if he's we'll see if he's going to dial in. If you're watching Joe, you know what to do. And now you know what to do because Brad says if you missed Thirsty Thursday last night, head over and subscribe to Jack's new channel, Log Cabin Firewood. Oh, hey, was that? I think he's in here, isn't he? I think I saw that name fly by. All right, well, Log Cabin Firewood. Cheers. And Brad, thank you very much. Um, hey, Anthony, I just saw you fly by. Woodruff Woods, I saw your name fly by as well. Um, uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I think if he's still awake, if he remembers how to do this, we might have a special guest right here on Friday nights live. Oh, let's see. What time is it? It is 9:41. Might be getting late. We might have the man himself. All right. Jared Hildebrand, how are you doing? The number of chords we want stacked is all of them. Correct. How much wood do you want processed? All of it. Ooh, excuse me. Trav, Billy. Yes, it is. It's well, that's what I mean. Is I don't know if Joe necessarily wants everyone that stops out tomorrow to have the expectation of working. Um, it if hang on a second. Um, oh, wait a minute. I know what's happening. But anyway, the other thing is just to get together and meet and meet people, hang out with people, meet some of the people that Joe has had on his channel. Hang on a second, I gotta go. I have got. All right, here we go. We're back. Because I think the guy that he had on, was it yesterday? He's going to be there with the food truck, and there's been a few other people. York Firewood brought their gloves. Yeah, Anthony, I just did the burp Shibe count there. Hey, and speaking of Shibe, Mr. Shibe, my cousin started a channel also with a Rugged Made 737. Outdoor for sure. Check that out as well. Shibe, thank you very much. All right. What is all right, let me hang on here. Oh, we are working through some stuff here. We're trying to get Joe. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Let me bring this. Oh, wait. There we go. But let me. Oh, hang on. I'm all over the place. Is he? Are you there, caller? Are you there? Can you hear me? We can't hear you.
I hear two of you.
That is because you don't have your computer muted. Can you speak?
I can hear two of you.
All right. Well, don't. Let's see. How should I say this? Listen. Unplug your. Or I don't know. Go. Are you watching on YouTube? Now we can't hear you. Go to your YouTube page and mute the YouTube feed. Mute the YouTube feed uh, and just do the. There we go. He's got the wrong microphone on. Everyone is saying hello.
Here I am. Here I
There you
am.
are. Yes, we can hear you now.
It's been a long day. Cut me some slack, okay?
Yeah, they said that you
I
look kind of tired.
am. Yeah, I am tired, man. And it's tiring just standing around watching everyone else do all the work.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how. Wait a minute. Can you adjust your camera so we're like eye level? There we go. Um, hang on.
Yes.
Woodruff Woods says that you look like a bad impression of Keith Richards in a recording studio.
I don't look that bad.
Cheers, Woodruff. So that was going to be my question. How are you so tired when all you? I guess telling people what to do is a lot of work.
Yeah. I had I think I did some things pretty good this week. And using my level of stress as a KPI, as a key performing indicator of how things went, would not have been effective because everything went pretty good. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Everything went great, but man, I was a nervous wreck. I had the master plan all set out for Friday, and we're just waiting for Friday. We were just like a coiled spring, ready to attack. Well, then we have a saying in Ohio: if you don't like our weather, stick around because it'll change in 15 minutes. And the weather forecast was just going all over the place. Well, then they were saying, monsoon coming for Friday, and we didn't want to. We would prefer to not work in the rain. We wanted to work when it was nice, and Thursday was just gorgeous.
Perfect.
So I
Perfect weather.
lean I leaned on our good friend Marty from Lepo Rents, and Dan, I think you would have to agree. Lepo Rents has got to be the greatest rental company in the world. They and these machines, they're out. They're all rented. They're all over the place. You
Yeah, I,
can't you can't find them anywhere.
I was telling him earlier. That was the key, the X factor.
Oh yeah, because we got a 5,000 pound machine. We got trailers, but we have no way to pick it up. So Marty texts and he says, "I'll be there at 4 o'clock." This was the day before he was supposed to come, and it's just that a commitment to customer service.
Yes.
That is the reason why businesses succeed is this kind of stuff. And outside of that, I had 3 people with trailers, and I don't know, this was all a day early. I called them all. They all said yes, and it just by coincidence, they all showed up at the exact same moment that, the big skid steer that could lift that much had the machine down at the end of the driveway and just loaded it right onto the trailer parallel with the road. It's amazing.
Wait a
And
minute.
then from there, we had a big convoy to the wood yard.
So the trailers, I thought you told me like a month ago you had all that lined up.
For Friday. They were for Friday,
Oh,
not the
that's
day
right. Yeah,
before.
Friday. Yes.
Yeah.
Change of plans. So,
Yeah.
are
So,
you ready
yeah,
to?
we changed plans and what was that?
I said, but now are you ready for tomorrow?
Okay. Uh, okay, what was it? The Stone Temple Pilot said, so much depends on the weather. Great band from the 90s there. So yeah, we're at the mercy of the weather, and we got some cover over there. The ground's got some, like, I don't know, what would you call it? It's not mud, but it's not gravel either. Some areas, where
It's grud.
yeah, if you probably shouldn't wear your sneakers there tomorrow because some of the areas are kind of squishy. Not squishy. It's just you just got to see it to understand. Probably could use some more gravel thrown down. And we have a God. We got stand. Have you ever seen so many giveaways in your life? I have asked our sponsors, and good have every time I turn around, I feel like I'm one of these Amazon people, that has an
Yeah.
Amazon business out of their house. I turn around, but I got all these boxes. I got so much stuff to give away. And so here we got to deal with the weather. I don't know how I'm going to just give stuff away. And
Well, you
uh,
just give it away.
well, yeah, I'm just going to give it away, and so
Pretty easy.
there are some giveaways that are like, major league stuff, and then then there's your typical things, those tape measures. Did you ever see so many tape measures in your life? And I'd love to have a tape measure, but then when you're there, well, I'd like to have a chain locker too, and I'd love to have an Employee of the Month T-shirt. But you can't give them one of everything. So
Yeah.
what I would ask is that, and I have this sense though of everyone that is coming and that appreciates Firewood on YouTube, is that if you don't get the big prize, that you'd be excited for the person who does. So
Yes. Yep.
that, yeah, there will be nobody going away empty-handed. I'll say that right now.
And I told everybody if they get there early and the gates are shut to stay on the outside of the gates until we open them, so that way we can kind of have like that ceremonial opening of the wood yard.
Yeah,
So
I would like to do that. And we so like after we all left tonight, I loaded my truck up with another full load of just boxes and waters and took it over. And I'm going to be making multiple trips again tomorrow. And I don't, there's nothing that you're not going to hurt our feelings. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings if you go in. The only thing is I just want this to be a special day and a celebration, and having that ribbon cutting, I think it would be kind of cool.
yeah.
It would
Well,
kind of frame the day.
and I think the other thing you could do is you could like kind of hide prizes all around the wood yard and then have it like Black Friday, where you open the gates and everyone just storms in and starts looking for stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we would issue like Tide pods to everyone where they can go home and wash it when they get home because it's
Just like a
covered in
mad
mud and
dash.
yeah, jeez. Yeah, so the other thing too, guys. So while we were doing all this work today, we kind of ticked off a mama killdeer who had her
Oh, well,
nest.
yesterday she was making her nest.
Yeah, so during the big rainstorm stuff, guys, this mama killdeer, I mean, it was touching. She was just laying on the ground covering her eggs. the entire time through all this. So all of us guys, we kind of got attached to her, and her nest is in a very vulnerable spot where it would have gotten stepped on. So we have set up some IBC totes and taped it off, and we did it all incrementally because we didn't want to tick her off and just have her abandon her nest. So we all worked together, us and Mama Killdeer, and she seems to accept the barricade that we put around her nest. So if you see up by the shipping container, you'll see some caution tape tied between some. So we've roped off that whole section. So just
Yep.
try don't cross that line because you can't see those killdeer eggs.
Don't
You know,
don't go in the
they look
old
just like
hoop
rocks.
house where the hoop house
Don't
used to
what?
be. It's where the
Yeah,
hoop house used to be. So don't go in there.
yeah. And I think there's other nests in there too because log hauler Jesse was over today and he was looking around because
Yeah, there.
those killdeer, the way they behave to protect their nests is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's just funny, I have all this stuff to get ready for it. I'm worried about these 3 little eggs.
Four. There's four.
There's 4 of them laying
Four
in
eggs.
she just made this cute little nest in the dirt,
And she
and she
laid
just
them
she lays
sometime
on top
between
of them.
yesterday and today. She
She
laid.
laid on top of them and she spread her wings out and just shielded them from all that driving rain today. It was touching. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
now that
So
we've got
okay.
that emotional soft side of this
There you
out of the way,
go.
let's talk about. We have kind of been issued a non-official challenge
Oh
of
gosh.
stacking a cord of wood in under 7 minutes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, not
Oh, come on.
individually, like all of us collectively.
Oh, okay, yeah. When I have I have a number of people that make firewood for me. And there is this one Amish family, and there was one day I went up there to load my trailer, and they were having like a family party, and there were 8 guys, 8 that came out, and we had and you've seen how I load my trailer. It's neatly stacked for one cord, 4 rows, even with the boards. We had that entire trailer loaded in 12 minutes. I timed them. So that is loading the trailer. Now unloading it, I don't know. That's pretty fast. You'd have to be highly coordinated because you get in the way with everyone else and all. So I don't know. Anything's possible.
I think we could try. I think we should try it and see, because the 7 minutes is an unofficial time. So if we officially time it, we
Yeah,
would have that. You know.
yeah, yeah. So here is my official position on tomorrow. Okay, if we have 0 cords and 0 firewood made, I'm fine. You know, I don't. There's no expectation for nothing. I think Dan and I laugh about there's a theme of satire that runs through my channel, and some people I think miss it, where they don't they think I'm being serious, like when I'm trying to shoplift kind of stuff. And, it's just clear. It's clearly a joke, or where I'm sitting around under an umbrella when everyone else is working. Well, now that could be accurate.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, but this whole thing with the firewood and stuff, I'm serious, guys. If you feel like doing something, then and you want to, and that's something that you enjoy doing, and you want to do it, then by all means, let's go. But please don't think that you're expected to, because you're not. If you come and just want to hang out, that's good enough for me. And that I just think, like today, there were a couple people that showed up early. I mean, it's touching, because they've driven. One gentleman drove from Arlington, Virginia, another one from Ithaca, New York, where Cornell University is, and then the other gentleman, Bill. I wanted to go over and say I missed him though. I wasn't sure who that was though. So yeah, I think the fact that we're there, we're together, we're celebrating firewood. and
Yeah,
that's good enough for me.
you've
And
sure this open
I
house
also
has brought out the soft side of you. I think. I don't know. I'm worried there might be some tears shed tomorrow.
no, I'm from people from Ohio don't do that. Last time that happened was when Bernie Kosar got fired. So yeah,
There's
that
been a
was a
lot
long
of
time ago.
yeah.
Yeah. So I can't
Yeah.
see any of the comments. Am I allowed to click over to that screen, or will that
Well, yeah, but
screw up
just
the audio
if
again?
you go to the YouTube thing, just mute it. Just mute the audio.
Okay.
Then you
It's
won't
just
hear the
it's just out of sync though. That's all.
yeah. This is a good point though, is that like if so the employee of the month t-shirts, you're going to have them a few of them to give away, but people can also buy them tomorrow, right?
Yes. Emily, my oldest daughter, who made appearances in some of our early to mid videos while we were in our growth mode with our YouTube channel. So she's moved away to Pittsburgh for graduate school, but she's come home and she's helping with all the organization and getting everything put together. And so she is setting up, I was telling us, her lemonade stand when she's a little girl. So it's her t-shirt stand. And I she'll vouch for me. Everything that we make with t-shirts, because we do sell a pretty good amount of them on the channel, they go to her education. So we have the iconic Ohio Woodburner employee T-shirt for sale, and then the new the employee of the month T-shirt. So if you want to be employee of the month, you'll have to pay for it this week, I guess. Yeah. That so
Well,
Linda, with the company that does our t-shirts now, gosh, that graphic design is just hilarious. I love that. I can't stop looking at the employee of the month t-shirt.
well, yeah, that
Yeah.
and it should be known that while you're looking at it, it's in a mirror. That's when you're looking at it the most.
Yeah.
When you're wearing
I
it
like
yourself.
I like the shirt you're wearing right now though, Dan.
Yeah.
That's heck. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah,
How
boy,
about How about
Bob
Bob
and Ken
Nelson and
came
his
through like
employee?
crazy.
Yeah. How about Bob Nelson and his employee Ken though? Good
Yeah.
heaven. I mean, everyone thinks Scheib works, which he does, but man, Bob Nelson's right up there with him. He had a number of updates to make on the machine. He took the lead with all of the heavy lifting with that machine. I mean, it is scary watching your
Oh,
$60,000 processor feet off the ground. I didn't like to see that. That was scary.
yeah. And drive it down your timber floating road.
Oh yeah, and all that rain and gee whiz. It's
Yeah.
just been so wet out here, and the everything's just soaked, and like all you guys were just marveling over how wet it is back there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had no idea. Yeah, it is a swamp. It is
yeah, it
a
is,
swamp.
but not anymore.
Yeah,
Wow.
no
So, what do
more.
you think of the? What did have you told them what your thoughts are on the new place?
Well, I would have laid it out a little different myself. I mean, I think that what you're doing is fine, but if you no, it is it's a lot of space, and it's just I think having that consistent workflow, like you have it set up where you can just
The
easily drive
racetrack.
your
Yeah,
trailer, stop, load it, stack it,
yeah.
take the logs. And like you even mentioned, you were loading your second log tonight for testing out, just getting things running. And you were like, it's so crazy to be driving on
Oh,
level surface.
yeah. The timber road's like a corduroy road. It was just thump 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 thump. Yeah, and it is kind of you worry about the tractor too when you have that weight on your forks, and you're going over all those bumps. It's just extra stress, on all the joints of that front end
Yeah.
loader. So yeah, it's nice to have all that. I mean, it's just smooth and flat and hard. Yeah, it's nice.
Yes, it's pretty awesome. And the location, that's another
Right
big
off the
thing.
highway. Yeah,
Oh,
right off the highway.
awesome.
Nice exit. Yeah, I love it here. That is, I couldn't think of a better location for really any type of business, that deals with like outdoor production like that. Because it used to be a big bulk yard with mulch and gravels and lucky stones and all, for landscaping. And now it's Ohio wood burners.
Yeah, they used to
Yeah.
do. They used to have quite a lot going on there, like production wise. And now I'm not
Yeah.
sure what really is going to happen. But
Yeah.
a log,
Well,
a log or two here and there.
uh-huh. Yeah. So I was looking at that big pile of logs. If you saw that picture of Dan standing on top of them, and that's where if you let your mind wander, it can get a little overwhelming because my one restaurant, their yearly consumption is more than every single log that you see there. And that's just one of my restaurants. So that's where when I start thinking of it like that, I get a little down in the dumps, because I'm thinking, holy cow, I'll never be able to do this.
Yeah. So tomorrow, if you're there, the big pile of logs. Just think about that. That whole pile of logs, one restaurant uses more than that.
Yeah. They had, I think it was like
Whew.
42 cords last year. So that's 5 triaxle loads. And in a perfect world, if I can get a full 6 cords, okay, 5 times 6, that many cords is less
Let
than
me see.
what they went through last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy
Uh-huh.
stuff. Well,
Yeah, so
Stephen just said
tomorrow
good luck.
again, it's just I'm sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading a comment. Stephen G said, "Good luck to you, Joe. Wish I could be
Thanks,
there to
Steven.
see it."
I wish you could have been there too, bud. You'll get a chance.
Yeah, there's been a
So
lot of.
maybe if we if this comes off okay, and if we're all still friends at the end of it, maybe we'll consider doing it again. But what does it
Maybe.
matter? It's going to rain anyways. So I was looking at the weather. Last weekend was even worse, and then next weekend is supposed to be snowing. So we'll see.
Yeah.
This is just a bad, weird time of the year.
Well, and I will probably take partial blame because every event I tried putting on, it downpoured and rained.
Yeah, you have a good point there.
Although
Yeah.
right now it shows. Oh yeah, there's still a chance of rain tomorrow.
Well, it's raining pretty hard. Well, I got my headphones on, but before then it was raining pretty hard outside. Makes me think about all the people camping over at Mosquito Lake, Larry and Robin,
Yeah.
and the gentleman that came from New York. He was tent camping over there.
Whew.
Yeah, at Mosquito Lake. It's a beautiful campground. So I heard you earlier talking about Mosquito. That's just the name of the creek that the Indians had named a long time ago. So it's a
Yeah.
reservoir now, and that's where the state park is. A beautiful state park.
It's
It's
also the
beautiful.
name of a little bug that is a
Yeah. Well,
pest
there's no
and
question about
bothers me.
that. Yeah. The Deet Lake is just down the road, so it kind of
You got to jump in the Deep
counterbalances.
Lake. Jump in Deep Lake before you go to Mosquito Lake. Brad fired at the furnace said, "Joe, it'll be a great time no matter what. Just embrace it and soak up this great community."
Yeah, thanks, Brad. I think that's excellent advice.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll refer to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to everyone, but I don't know, when you do something like this, which I've never done, you start thinking, you don't want it to flop, or you don't want people to come all the way out here and not have a good time. And I just feel like, I don't know, have I done enough? Because I'm trying to just keep Firewood at the center of it, and then the
that's a good
sponsors,
idea.
who's really come through with all these giveaways and all. And I'll be there, and we can all talk and meet. And I just want to make sure everyone is enjoying it.
Yeah, I think that'll. I mean, I think everyone getting together, meeting each other,
Hmm.
hanging out, just being in that environment. I think that'll be a good
Yeah.
time. I mean,
And there's going to
meeting
be a
you might
number.
be a little, I don't know, expectations might not be met there, but hey, there's other
Yeah.
guys.
Uh-huh. So there's going to be a number of YouTube
Yeah,
channels
I was
there
just gonna
tomorrow,
say,
though. There's you, there's Larry and Robin, there's Adam from Hometown Acres, Doug from
One
uh,
Eye Customs,
One Eye Customs, the York Firewood. They stopped by before,
Dude
and
Ranch DIY,
yes, I think they're hanging out with Adam and Doug.
and
Uh,
Bob Nelson from Mets
Bob
and
Nelson
Machines.
from and the one and only Log Holler Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Log Hauler Jesse already has his truck over there, guys. He left it loaded so you guys
Yeah,
can
I was telling him it's
watch
loaded
him
up.
unload it. Yeah. He today, so I had all my logs that were too big to run through the machine. So I had them all laid off to the side. So he came over at 6 a.m. this morning. I've been up early today, guys. And he loaded up his truck. So he was all done. And there was just one round. It was like a 15-inch round that I had bucked at 16 inches. He picked it up. And I mean, he just had it barely pinched. And he swang his arm and he swang it and he just flung it. And man, that round flew 50 feet. He just did it. It was like, when you talk about Firewood Olympics, that would be something that Log
Yeah.
Holler Jesse would be a gold medalist with that. Yeah, he's something.
So Cabin Fever said he wondered if you rented a Porta John, and then John Edwards said, "Your job is now done. Everything will just fall into place."
Yeah. I got to tell you what, that Porta John, jeez. I was, yeah, I had never, that has just been the most bizarre experience for me ever was this Porta John. And they're
What,
easy to order. You just order it
what
and then they
happened
bring it.
inside it?
What? Huh?
What happened inside the Porta John that was your weirdest experience?
Well, I know something weird happened inside of ours today,
Oh, you
but
mean
that
the experience of renting it? Oh,
yeah, the experience of renting it, it was weird. I don't know. Has anyone ever like rented one before? And if you haven't,
yes.
I don't know, you just kind of think, I don't know how much you pay rent on a house, you know, and then you just think, well, a porta john's smaller than the bathroom, and then why is it so expensive? It's almost as much as renting a house. Holy cow, man!
Well, it is an outhouse.
Oh my god, it took the wind from my lungs when she told me the price. I'm serious. I was like, well,
Oh,
there goes this month's profitability for a porta john.
oh.
I was gonna put up a tarp for you guys to use instead of a porta john. I told her, I said, I was going to get two of them. She gave me the price, and I says, what? I said, are you serious? I was like, well, holy cow. I says, I think I'll just get one then. She goes, that is the price for one. She goes, that's the rate times two. I was like, oh my God, come on. There's no way you could charge that much for one of these things.
Yeah. Hey, Dee's Homestead was wondering about if they could film at your open house for their channel, and I don't think that's a problem at all.
No, heck yeah,
Yeah.
man. You're more than welcome.
Just
There
make
was
sure to
one.
hashtag
So
Back 40 Firewood.
yeah, I did my job, guys. I was looking for the Boy Scouts, the VFW. I was looking for a color guard because I had the local school band. They were going to come out and play the national anthem. And I just thought it'd be kind of neat with the ribbon cutting. I couldn't
Yeah.
find anyone. Get anyone. I couldn't get a color guard. And then all this
Well,
rain came in, and I thought, I just these kids bringing their instruments out in the rain. So I just said, forget it. We'll do a
you should
ribbon
have
cutting and
you should have had that news channel come out like Monday, and then that way all week people would have been like, "Oh, wait a minute, you were on the news. Yeah, I'll come out there." And
they contacted me at the last minute. So guys, if you are ever looking at turning a side hustle into a business, your state, and it doesn't matter what state it is, has an organization called the Small Business Development Center, SBDC. It's associated probably with your state college system, and ours. The local branch for here where I live is at Youngstown State. Anyhow, I consulted with them, and it is free on what I need to do to get this business up and going. Well, they had reached out to me because this was a couple months ago, and they came out and they did a story on me to put on their website. So when this move started, I contacted them again, and they made a press release for me about this event and sent it out to all the local media. Because in Youngstown, we got our own TV channels, for all the major,
Yeah.
ABC, NBC, Fox. And what do you know? I never heard, they sent everything out, but I never heard anything back. Well, then yesterday, my phone rang, and it was one of the evening anchors. And she wanted to come out and just try to knock out a quick story. She said, "Would you be willing?" Yeah, man, come on out. So that's how that happened. And then she put it on. She put on the news last night.
Yeah, I think Shibe shared the link, and a bunch of people were watching, and we had in the chat earlier, and people were like, "Yeah, that was a great little piece they did," and
yeah,
it really ended on a high note.
God. Yeah.
But anyway, so we are actually a little over.
Yeah, I see the time here. I better get going because I also want to go to bed. I got to get up early again tomorrow.
Yeah, I got some sleep tonight because I'm beat.
All right. Well, let me say good night to everyone, Dan, and thanks for letting me in. And York Firewood, I see that they got the pizza from Basilio's. That's good. I love that restaurant. I just don't like their parking lot. I just feel like I'm going to fall and break my hip every time I'm walking down that hill.
Oh,
these things you worry about when you're in your 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well.
All right, Dan. Well, let me say goodbye, and then there we go.
All right. Well, you can you can do a sign off, and then I'll do we'll wrap things up here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Joe, for stopping by. See you in the morning. And there we go. He is heading to bed, and I think I'm going to do the same because I need to get a good night's sleep. So, everyone, if you are stopping out tomorrow, I know, oh my goodness, we got 223 in here right now. So we do have a lot of people watching, but it is, I got to get some rest. So if you're stopping out tomorrow, we will see you at the Ohio Woodburners open house. And like I said, come on up, introduce yourself. I probably know you, but I forgot your name, or I can't put your name with your face. And just look forward to having a good time tomorrow in Ohio. So with that, I don't have anything to do for the last toast, so I'm just going to have to use this. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for being here. Moderators, everyone else stopping by, hanging out, kicking back on a Friday night. Thank you to the Super Chatters. Greatly appreciate that. And once again, we will see all of you tomorrow at the Ohio Woodburner Open House. If not, I'll try to maybe live stream. Not sure that's going to work, but watch for a video Sunday. And have a good rest of the night. So stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Cheers, everyone. Have a good night.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulders, a heart full of blues, and in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been real bad. I'm in the